Hi guys, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by my easy cooking blog again. Tonight I'm going to make a simple appetizer, something cooling, something refreshing, something very crunchy with lots of texture, lots of taste, lots of vitamins as well. Summer is quickly approaching here in the great Southwest, and the temperatures here can easily reach 120 degrees per day and stay between 90 and 100 degrees at night when you go to sleep. Therefore, when foodies like us cook, during the summers like this, we don't always want to make something hot. We want something cooling, something refreshing, something that'll help take the heat down. And that's what I'm going to make tonight. A friend of mine here in town named Ernie used to own a Mexican restaurant, and the economy being what it is, that restaurant is no longer in business. So I talked to him and he said I could go ahead and make this recipe. It's one of his more popular appetizers. It's called a shrimp cocktail. And I know you're thinking, ooh, shrimp cocktail, ketchup and horseradish, woohoo! But no, this is different. This is not a regular shrimp cocktail. This is a Mexican shrimp cocktail. And it's made with the same ingredients that you would use to make Spanish style or Mexican style gazpacho. The only difference is we're not going to throw in a piece of week-old bread, and we're not going to food process it or blend it or mash it by hand into a pasty consistency to make a soup. Rather, we're going to leave it a little loose with the textures and the crunchiness of all the vegetables we're going to put in, and we're going to add something into it at the end that'll make it a little different. So what I'm going to make for you here is Ernie's famous Mexican shrimp cocktail. As usual with YouTube, 15 minutes. Let's get going. I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for being here. Okay, so let's get going with this recipe. This is really easy to do, guys. This is extremely easy to do, and it's so refreshing on a hot summer day. You're just going to love this. So here we go. Some tomato juice. Nice and simple. Use a non-reactive, non-plastic bowl to do this. It has to be glass. A steel bowl is not going to make it taste good because this is going to have to sit for a couple of hours and marinate. Some freshly peeled, freshly blanched, freshly peeled, freshly chopped tomatoes. Don't use the canned stuff for this, okay? Only fresh, okay? Only fresh. Just gently stir it up in there, okay? Just gently stir it up. Some finely diced fresh cucumber. Cut the cucumber in half, get the seeds out of it. You don't want the seeds, and then dice it up. Okay? Stir that up in there. It's going to be nice and chunky, nice and chewy. A lot of texture. Finely diced celery. Once again, for the crunch, for the texture. Stir it up. Stir it up. Like I said, this isn't going to be a paste, but it's going to be a thick soup, gazpacho being the soup salad of Spain. Onion. I'm using brown onion. You can use purple onion. The Spanish use purple. The Mexican use white or brown. I'm making this more toward the Mexican side of things. Some brown onion for a little bit of zest. Stir that up. Get that in there. Then, fresh chopped cilantro. Gotta have a little greens. Mix it up. Oh, but we're a long way from over. All right. Now, the tomatoes and the tomato juice, I used a cup of tomato juice here. You can use any kind of tomato juice or V8 that you want. You could even use a cup of El Pato hot tomato sauce if you want, but I'm just using a cup of regular tomato juice in this. And that's loaded with vitamin C, and so is the tomato. In fact, this whole dish is loaded with vitamins. 2 freshly squeezed limes. The juice. A touch of sugar to cut the acidity. Stir that in there. Ah, I can smell all these ingredients already. Freshly minced garlic. use the other side of the spoon to get her out of there. There we go. Freshly minced garlic. Garlic is a master lime juice loaded with vitamin C. Tomato juice loaded with vitamin C. Onions loaded with antibiotic properties. A touch of Mexican oregano bulbs, crushed. Okay. So I'm going to use just a little red wine vinegar here. Red wine vinegar is very cooling to the body. As I said, in these southwestern days, 120 degrees, vinegar can actually help keep your body temperature down. And it's tasty. Okay. This is optional. Some Worcestershire sauce. I know it's not exactly on the top of Mexican ingredients or Spanish ingredients to put in this dish, but it is optional and I do use it. But I do have just chopped Hatch green chilies from New Mexico. And these pack a little bit of heat. And that's what I like here. So we're going to put these Hatch green chilies into the mix. Give it the heat required. Now to this, a little olive oil. Greek olive oil, Italian olive oil, Mexican olive oil, doesn't matter. Just a little olive oil. Okay, basically this is done. But what we're going to do is a little salt and pepper to taste. I'm using a little pink Himalayan salt here. You can get these grinders in any market. They're inexpensive these days. And they come with some pretty nifty stuff. So I'm using a little pink Himalayan salt and a little triple pepper. Mix that up. Use a wooden spoon, by the way. Since we're using a non-reactive bowl, use a non-reactive spoon. Okay. Oh yeah. And then, if you want the heat, use some hot sauce. Any kind of Mexican hot sauce will do. This is going to go in the refrigerator for a minimum of 2 hours to let the flavors marinate. In a lot of cases, I would do this overnight, but in this case, I'm just going to let these flavors marinate for 2 hours, and then I'll be back, and we're going to put this puppy together. Okay, it's been about 2 hours. We're going to put this together right now. Have a nice little cocktail glass, sangria, wine, whatever. You can put it in a bowl, but we're doing it cocktail style. So, here we go. Non-metallic ladle. Because as before, putting it in a non-metallic bowl. Scoop some of that in there. All right. Now here's where it gets good. Fresh cut avocado, diced. Okay. This is the secret ingredient that gives a lot of the flavor, a lot of the boldness. All right. And then another scoop right on top. Another scoop right on top. Get some of that juice. All right. There we go. Move that aside. And then we decorate it with shrimp. Now I couldn't get super large shrimp, but I got, these are extra large. These are 3140s. They'll do in a pinch. They'll do in a pinch. Okay. And you rim the glass with the shrimp. Here we go. And there you have it. One Ernie's Mexican shrimp cocktail. Delicious. Thanks for stopping by my Easy Cooking blog. I hope you make this recipe, and I'll see you soon. Here it is, guys. The finished product. Ernie's famous Mexican shrimp cocktail. This is an excellent summertime dish. It's an excellent appetizer, and when you serve it in a glass this big, it's an excellent lunch. Could even be an excellent dinner for light eaters. Very cooling, very refreshing, loaded with vitamins and flavor. I'm glad you stopped by my Easy Cooking blog today. I hope to see you on the next video, and I honestly hope you try this recipe because this is really fantastic. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.